So what I have for you today is a actual uh, software engineering front end uh, interview question or interview assessment for an algorithm to solve a problem. And I just thought it'd be interesting. I know certainly when I was starting out, algorithms were super confusing, and they'd say, here, solve this problem, and I'd be like, just wouldn't know where to start. And I just want to give you guys sort of a basic idea to how to start to think about solving a problem um, with algorithms, because that's what we do here. So it's a pretty simple one, but I think it's definitely a good launching point for everybody, especially in JavaScript. And I mean, this same question could be asked of PHP, Python, etc., obviously with a different end result. But so as you can see, this is a screenshot of the actual interview. I obviously won't be giving the name of the company, but it's a pretty big company worldwide, and it's for, as you can see up here, software engineer front end with JavaScript as well as some other things. But the main language is JavaScript. Actually, this particular company gave me right here, you could pick Python, PHP, a whole bunch of other ones that you could have used, but I went with JavaScript because that's what I wanted to go with. So here is the uh, question here. So you have a string of words and digits separated by commas. Obviously, that's how we separate in arrays. And write a program which separates the words uh, uh, in the string from the digits. You shouldn't change the order of the elements. Okay, and then down here is where they give you the array. All right, so yeah, I mean, there's something down here where they say uh, if the if the if the if it's empty, if there's no numbers or no strings, then put a pipe jar to separate it. We're not going to get into that. We're going to get into the main bulk of what they're looking for, just so I can get you started. So what I have here is Atom Text Editor on my left, and then I have Google Chrome. So I have a folder here. I'm going to add a new file, index.html. Okay, and I'm going to hold down Tab and type HTML and hit enter, and it gives you a boilerplate. Okay, I'm going to create another file, call this main.js. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to bring in our JavaScript file, source equals main.js. Okay, and if this was if the main.js was in a subfolder, you would do JS as the name of the folder and then slash, but whatever. For this, it's good. And in here, I'm going to do console.log hello. Save all. Saving. Okay, it's taking a while. And I'm going to use Atom Live Server, which is nice. It's just a simple package that you install, and it runs it live in a browser. And it just, as you can see, it just opens it up on a localhost 3000 port. Console, and here's our hello message. Okay, so we're all ready to get started. So I have the array here, and this is what they give you in the interview. So as you can see, it's just a random series of numbers and strings, and we have to separate those. And in order to do that, we're going to create a function. Function, what's your function? Never mind. All right, so, separate, see if I can spell that right. Separate array. I'm going to use an ES6 arrow function just because I can. Let's see, console.log hello from the function. All right, let's see what that gives us. Nothing. That is because, why? That's right, we didn't call it. Separate array. Got to call those functions, people, in order for them to work. Okay. And there we go, hello from our function. So we know that our function is good. Okay, so now the first thing we need to do is obviously we're going to separate this main array into two separate arrays. Okay, one is going to be the numbers and the other one is going to be the strings, because that's what they're asking us to do. Okay, so let's create num array equals an empty array and string array. There. You could use const because we're not necessarily using them again. We're just adding to them, but uh, let is fine for this. So now what we need to do next, now that we have our two separate individual arrays, now we need to uh, cipher through this main array and figure out which ones are numbers and which ones are strings. Okay, so so it starts here, number 8, is that number or a string? Yes, it's a number, so it puts it in our num array. 33 is a number, so it goes to the num array, and so on and so forth. And when it gets to the string, it says, okay, this iteration is a string, so it goes to the string array. So we're going to do a for of loop, or what I call a for of loop, which is thus follows. So for looks like just all the other for loops, and PHP has something similar, or basically exactly the same. So we create a const in here, and we're going to call that I for the iteration that it's currently on. Okay, of main array, of our main array, because we're doing a for of loop of our main array. All right. Now, from here, just like all machine learning, it's a, it's a basic if statement. Okay, so we're going to check if it's a string or a number, and then we're going to do something with that. Okay, so let's say if our, type of the iterator is triple equals to string, we're going to do something. Else if, I'm going to do an else if here. You could just do else, but I'm going to do else if. If type of our iterator is equal to a number, then we're going to do something else. Okay, and what do we want to do? So if it's a string, we want to add it to the string array. If it's a number, we want to add it to the numbers array. So we can do that by using the dot push method. Okay, so string array, string array dot push is the method. And what are we going to push? We're going to push our iterator, whatever it is, during that cycle. And then of course num array dot push our iterator. Okay, and then down here outside of the for loop, we're just going to console.log, let's see, string. So I'm going to separate the string array and the number array just so you can see a little better. Okay, and we're going to print those out. Let's see if this works. We'll call it enter. 31. Oh, I forgot the plus sign to add them to concant them together. Okay, there we go. It looks like we got all the strings together, separated by our 3 dashes, and then our numbers in their new array. And I believe that's it. Let's see. Oh, it did ask if you could separate, if the numbers are a pipe character. I'm sorry, if there's an empty string that's separated by a pipe character. If there's not an empty string, then you separate it by a pipe character, which is here, right? Oh. So let's see. If num array is equal to an empty array, or, which is double pipe character, string array is, oh, I'm sorry, that should just be double equals, not triple. I guess it could be triple equals is equal to a empty array, then log empty, which of course they're not. And there you go. All right. And that's it, really. Listen, it wasn't too complex in this case, but sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. But I just wanted to give you guys something, just a little sort of a beginner push to start thinking about problems like that programmatically, and to, because of course all the rage today is algorithms, and how to approach things and how to treat arrays and other types of information that we're transferring. And obviously it's very important for a good reason, because it's something that you are going to be dealing with, although some of the algorithm questions that they have on job interviews are a little ridiculous, but still it can be a lot of fun to play around with them and see the different results you get and stuff like that. Listen, if you guys um, have any further questions or anything like that, leave a comment below and I'll get back to you. If you found this video helpful in any way, please feel free to leave a like. I appreciate it. And also don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell icon so that you get notified of a new video. Because I'm posting a little bit early at this point, but still posting every Friday night, Eastern time zone. All right, guys. Hope that helped. Thanks for watching, and please take care.